Annyeonghaseyo. Good afternoon, everyone. It is such an honor to be here in Seoul as we head into the 2023 League of Legends World Championship Finals. I know that many of you have traveled from all over Korea, and some of you have actually traveled from around the world, and I want to start by extending our gratitude for you joining us here today. Thank you for being a part of this. I'd also like to take a moment to thank the city of Seoul. This is truly an incredible city. Seoul has such a rich history and legacy in esports, and it serves as a fitting venue to host the pinnacle of competitive league. The passion of Korean fans, their deep-rooted appreciation for the game, and the amazing Korean teams that have graced us on the Rift all contribute to the lasting mark that Korea has made in global esports. I truly believe that esports would not be the global phenomenon that it is if it weren't for the players and the fans here in Korea, so we are grateful. Now at Riot, our mission is to make it better to be a player. At the surface, that's a very simple statement about our purpose, but it manifests in the vision, the dedication, and the hard work that underlies a truly global sport and an event for players at the scale of worlds. Every match, every move, every league and team that participate in this sport contributes to that mission. We believe esports are core to our ability to deliver exceptional experiences to our players and to build timeless relationships with them. And it's why Riot is committed to honoring the excitement and the fandom of esports around the world. This moment also reinforces the dream that video games can truly be a meaningful life pursuit. Just look at the past few weeks. The journey leading up to this weekend's match between Weibo Gaming and T1 has been nothing short of amazing. From the play-in stage to our first ever Swiss stage, to knockouts here in Busan, to some unbelievable plays just this past weekend. Owner's flash over Ash's arrow, and that amazing flash by the Shy to set up the double kill. Truly incredible moments by teams that embody the dedication, the talent, the mastery that has become synonymous with League of Legends esports. And the fans, well, they appear to be loving it. We're grateful for that. This past Sunday's T1 JDG match in the semifinals delivered peak global viewership of over 33 million views. And to date, total viewership for Worlds is tracking to be significantly up compared to last year. So we're really excited. I also hope you all enjoyed the Swiss stage of Worlds that we introduced this year. We're really proud of Naz, John, and the entire esports team for consistently listening to players and being willing to innovate around format to improve competitiveness. As we gather here today and prepare for a clash of giants at GoChuck Skydome on Sunday, I think we can all feel the excitement radiating across the global League of Legends community. It reflects not just a game, but a shared journey of striving for excellence, the very ethos of sportsmanship. I extend my deepest gratitude to the reporters, the influencers, our co-streamers, and the content creators here today. Your stories not only highlight the heroics of competition, but they also foster a community that transcends borders, a truly global camaraderie. I also want to thank all of our partners across the globe who have joined us here to bring this event to life for our fans. And again, thank you to the cities of Seoul and Busan for hosting us. I appreciate you all being here to celebrate, to witness, and to chronicle this next chapter in League of Legends history. Best of luck to T1 and Weibo Gaming. May the grind pay off with glory on Sunday. 감사합니다.
가을 월드의 계절인 것 같습니다. 다시 한번 한국에서 2023년 월드 이제 시작합니다.
Swiss stage. And Hansama finally decides to use that one. Here comes the wobble pop, and they finally win.
Fantastic play from G2.
The team fight team is popping off the rest of BLG. You can't even get on top of him with it, and a bid comes in.
What a good team fight from BLG.
Take one, scoop. Take it
What's the deal? This is the team that T1 fans wanted. He wants to run away, but then Jordan with the EQ flash.
The loyal, the unwavering, the faithful shall be rewarded.
NRG is the only team out of the West to make it out, and 3 out of the 4 LCK seeds.
I mean, this tower is going to take so much.
Oh, it is a meager grade for Fnatic. They just could not match Weibo. And you can count them 1, 2, 3, 4 LPL teams still alive in this tournament.
노가웃 스테이지 NRG와 웨이보의
Now they got the Maokai. The shot's ready for follow-up. He locks down 2. Ignor's dead. Dokla's dead. And Weibo will crush the hopes of North America. They earn their place in the semifinals.
LNG 대 T1 대 8강의 마지막 날이 다가왔습니다.
Zaya's still just taunting them, teasing them. Cataclysm locking him in. They will connect, but he pulls it back. Apotheosis! Desperate to get a little bit more here, but has to be careful. The mark now coming through. Barnes, good damage. Kuba wants to finish it. He gets it. The last light of the LCK burns bright. And Busan as they head to the semifinals.
결승의 첫 번째 티켓을 위한 대결 이제 시작합니다.
Now Xiaohu's coming in looking to lock down Yagao. He tries to get away. Skin of the weekend gonna work the shot. Flashes over. And he burns them all up. These guys came to fight. The dragon will not be secured. It's stolen away. It is so many dead on BLG. Weibo will earn their place in the finals.
Today we are poised for what might be one of the most exciting series in World's history. Hometown heroes T1 against the LPL superstars on the Golden Road, JDG.
What an engage from T1! Owner, you magnificent beast! What in the world? T1 are too damn clean! Baker predicts Ruler's flash. He gets there first. He catches him with the ultimate. It is a clean ace. It is not LPL versus LCK. It is T1 versus the LPL. And they like those odds as they move to finals.
I'm going to start using that line. You brilliant beast. Thank you, Dylan, and thank you to our amazing broadcast team for their storytelling. Stefan Richardson in the back. Brilliant as always. Now let's bring up 3 writers who will be available to answer questions from the media influencers assembled here today. We're joined by our president of esports, John Needham, League's EP, Jeremy Lee, and the global head of LoL Esports, Naz Alataha. All right, as mentioned earlier, please line up in front of the mic next to Juan, and we'll try to get to as many questions as possible. Before you pose your question, please state your name, outlet, and who you want to answer your question. First question will go to me. Naz.
You didn't even let us say hello.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Say hello.
Hello. Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. We are
Happy
so
world.
happy. Yes.
I will not be interviewing those two. It looks like it, but I'm not.
Naz, talk to us a little bit. We touched on it in the opener, but obviously we got to be pretty pleased with the Swiss stage. Give us a little bit of the history there and how we ended up there.
Yeah, we are really thrilled with the Swiss stage. I think it's no surprise to anybody in this room that I think the world's format was due for a refresh, and we wanted to do that in a way that accomplished a few goals that we had. You know, one, we wanted more match variety in that group stage period. We wanted more balanced matchups and therefore less predictable outcomes. We wanted series play, and I think that the Swiss stage has delivered on those. It's been pretty exciting, and we got some great draws. So wherever Sungbo is in the room, thank you, Sungbo, my hero of Swiss stage.
Jeremy, do you have anything to add?
I'm really happy with the way that this turned out, and so I know that there's some tweaks we want to make for next year, but I think we're gonna roll it back.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's a commitment. Turn it over to Mr. Travis Gafford.
All right, this is Travis Gafford. I have this question for Naz. So obviously, as you were just discussing, the Swiss format has been wildly successful. There have been some conversations around, hey, maybe we don't like how often teams can face off against teams for their own region or some of those things. Obviously, people have different opinions, but I am curious, given that this is the first outing, what are some of the things you are looking at in terms of, oh, maybe this is something we would consider changing in the future?
Yeah, well, hi, Travis.
Hi.
Welcome back to Korea. We're looking at it really closely. Like you said, this was our first go at Swiss. We deliberately came into this format not wanting to reduce the randomness of the draws beyond the first round. So in round one, we prevented any interregional matchups, and then we really wanted the draw to play out and to have that randomness really play a role in the event. Things that we're looking at, no commitment as to whether we will change them or not next year, but things that we are looking at are, should we limit the number of interregional matches in rounds beyond round one? We're also looking at rematches. So those are some of the things that I know the team is working on that we'll assess in this off season and be ready to roll out for 2024.
I don't see anybody else coming up for a second question. So I will just ask a second one.
Let's go.
If anybody wants to. Okay, here, you go for it.
Go ahead, Travis. Hit the second question.
She's good. Okay, really quickly. I would ask, whenever you see T1 make finals in Korea, what kind of things, obviously all of us on the media side can see like, social media is popping off or whatever, but do you see anything on the Riot side that reflects the impact of such a storied team and organization, and Faker in particular, making it to the finals?
Gosh, yes. I think absolutely. I think both Weibo and T1 are just two powerhouses to have in the final, but T1, just given the legacy of Faker, he is the GOAT. He's going for his 4th title. To be able to do that in front of a home crowd is, something that I think we're seeing reflected in the excitement in the community, certainly in the viewership that we're getting for every single stage of the event, all the way through the semifinals matches. And I think you're even seeing some of that excitement reflected in the game.
Well, there are a lot of new Azir players, I'd say that, after Faker's performance, and I cannot wait to see what happens this coming weekend.
And the honest truth is, we felt a ton of relief to see T1 make it into the finals when we're here in Korea.
Cecilia?
Hi, Cecilia for Esports. My question is for John. Can you discuss the impact and reception of the virtual pass this year, and what other plans has Riot for taking into consideration and ensuring the financial sustainability for esports team next year?
Yeah, so the Worlds Unlocked package was a test this year. I think it was a really good test. We pulled this package together very quickly. It didn't have all the elements that we wanted in it. We wanted a lot more experiential elements, like including our unlocked buyers in this Media Day event. So we're going to do it again next year. We have more time, so we're thinking about how to make the package just more valuable to our fans and having richer experiences as a part of it. But all in all, the test was very successful. We're almost sold out in the West, and more importantly, we learned a ton about how to do this.
Ashley?
Hi, this is Ashley Kang for Horizon Esports. Thank you so much for the opportunity to ask a question. This is actually like a follow-up for the previous question. there has been a lot of calls for creating more like digital source of revenue for teams out there, perhaps like skins for individual teams, or perhaps more like emotes for individual regions or things like that to promote more revenue towards esports organization, as well as with all the discussion about esports winter. With the success of the virtual pass, is Riot Games having any future plans to extend their virtual revenues that goes to esports organizations?
You want to talk about that, Jeremy?
We talk about that a lot. So this past year, we tried a few new things that we hadn't done before. I think one of my personal favorites is were the team emotes that teams designed, put into the game, and 100% of those sales went directly to them. We have other stuff that we're thinking about, and it's a constant evolving conversation that Naz and I are in constantly about this.
I think season start is when we're going to have more info.
Yeah, we'll have more info at season start. I think actually, like, the takeaway is, the answer is yes. I think that there is more interest and engagement just internally at Riot for producing more digital content around esports. We think if we can do that right, everybody wins, right? The teams win, the pros win, the leagues win, Riot wins, and the community wins, where they have more ways to really showcase their fandom for these teams in game.
Thank you so much.
Egon. Hold on just a second, Egon. I wanted the translators to catch up real quick. All right. Go for
Ashley
it.
always asking the good questions, which is very similar to what I was asking.
Go ahead.
To add on to that last part, this one's more specifically to Jeremy. Have there been looks at map skins that would be leading towards possibly more monetization? Again, because all of this is coming back to the esports winter, we're seeing teams downsize, we've seen teams move on from certain franchise leagues because of it, and so we are looking for answers towards better monetization so that the esport can continue to grow. And so maybe also so one, map skins, and two, what other learnings maybe that Valorant has shown or other games have shown that could go into the title for League of Legends.
Anna, would you like to talk about what Valorant's doing?
Actually, good point. We actually have some invaders in the house from Valorant Champions Tour. The EP of Valorant is here, Anna Donlin, and the head of VCT, Leo Faria, is also in the crowd with us.
Those are our friends. Map skins in particular is very difficult for us just because of the legacy kind of artistic approach that we took to building Summoner's Rift. It's really, really hard for us to change it. That is something that we're working on improving, but it's not going to happen overnight. When it comes to finding new ways to provide monetization and support for esports teams, that is always a yes from the game team side in terms of sitting down with our esports leadership and bouncing off ideas and discussing ways in which we can do that. We want to ensure the health of the sport and support teams and make that a sustainable business model, while also ensuring that players get really top tier content and are excited to spend their hard-earned money on something that's really valuable to them. So nothing specific to announce today, but just know that we are very dedicated to continuing to look for new options.
Egon, the one thing I would also add is something that we're looking at as we go into next season, and we'll have more to share early next season about this, is how digital revenue gets shared across our ecosystem. So right now, you have to be a team who makes it to MSI and makes it to Worlds. That's where the bulk of our digital esports content lives. So through very close collaboration, we're talking about ways to kind of spread that out, throughout the season, throughout the regional leagues, so that more teams can participate.
Great, thank you.
All right, you can go ahead.
Hi, I'm Eric from Esports from Brazil. So right now we have Valorant and League with like major tournaments, etc. And this year we saw like Riot didn't want to cross the calendars, something like that, and that maybe like the cost for the Valorant players was too big. How do you guys see that for the next years? Can we, I don't know, have like Valorant and League tournaments at the same time?
I'll let you say that.
Maybe I should take it.
I'm super biased.
It is very fun at work seeing Leo and Nas negotiate schedules. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, look, I think managing schedules across esports, it's complicated because we want our biggest esports moments to really amplify game moments. And a lot of times the calendars are pretty close, between League of Legends and Valorant. So we end up having to make choices, but we definitely want each esport to have its own time and have its own focus from Riot and from our fans. So we don't like the idea of overlapping schedules a lot. We've done a lot of work on trying to manage regional league schedules so that we give each sport its own kind of light. So you'll see some changes in the schedule going forward, but we're going to try to maintain a separation very specifically around our biggest events, our biggest international events, so that we can shine a light on each individual sport.
All right, let's wrap things up. We'll turn it over to the next segment, but I want to kind of go to all three of you. John, your experience so far across worlds from day one to now that you're sitting here today.
Yeah, no, it's really been amazing. The thing that I think I got really excited about was just the fans' reaction to Swiss. It's a complicated format to communicate. I think we've done a pretty good job with that. I think it's resulted in exactly what we wanted. Most of the matches meaning something, and the competition just being great in the tournament, and it's showing in the viewership numbers. The viewership numbers are incredible so far in Worlds. So yeah, it's just been amazing to see how positive the fan reaction has been, and not fielding 10 questions on format.
Yeah, I would echo that. I think anytime we're in Korea, it's particularly special because esports are just so core to the culture here. So it goes back to, I think, the question Travis asked, having T1, arguably one of, if not the most popular team in the world, playing on the world final stage in Seoul. It's just it's a big moment, and I think we all feel that. And I think from play-ins, as John said, through semis, the matchups have been really exciting. I'm very excited to share. I'm sharing this a little bit early, but I'm going to anyway. Our early estimates are showing that total Worlds viewership from play-ins through semis is up year over year over 65%. So we are thrilled with that. We thank the community for being so engaged, and of course all the pros and the teams who are just delivering epic league day over day.
I'm excited to, one, nerf Cassante. Two, to see the reaction to Heartsteel. I personally love the song. I love our boys in the band, but players love them too. And the success of the skins and the streaming of the song Paranoia, just across the board, it's really exceeded my expectations. And so I can't wait for this weekend for the big show.
Well, we'll have a little sneak peek on the big show. Our next guest will be coming up soon. Thank you to the three of you for joining us today. Now I'd like to bring up Marie.